Hi, my name is Samantha Weaver, and this is my video project on the Carolina chickadee's vocalization and mobbing behavior. I would narrate this video, however, to do that at the same time that I'm showing you the sound kicks out my audio, so I'll discuss it first. You'll hear some of the mobbing signal first, and then I'll show you the chickadee itself kind of bouncing around. So that's what they sound like. They're not super happy, not psyched that a hawk is in their presence. And here is a close-up on one of the chickadees. And he is jumping around and yelling and telling everybody that there is a hawk here and he is a threat. Here is a recording that I captured of just sing-songs from the Carolina chickadee. And it's really cute unless it sees you as a predator. So the first level of analysis that I'll address is the causation hypothesis, which was that chickadees have a specific neural response to the threat level conveyed in mobbing behavior calls. The research I looked at for this was neural correlates of threat perception, neural equivalence of conspecific and heterospecific mobbing calls is learned from AB. They found that there was a region of the brain that lights up and increases genetic expression along with increased threat level, but they determined that the degree of threat is learned and not an inherently physiological response. The next one is development. My developmental hypothesis was that young Carolina chickadees observe and learn mobbing calls of mature chickadees and improve on this skill as they mature. The article for this is repetition rate of calls used in multiple contexts communicates presence of predators to nestlings and adult birds. And what they found is that nestlings reduce their physical activity when they hear a call that indicates a high threat level, and they don't decrease their physical activity if it indicates a low threat level. This shows that either repetition rate was innate or learned extremely early. The next is evolution. My evolutionary hypothesis was that mobbing vocalization behaviors are typical of birds within this clade and are evolving in complexity over time. I found a research article called Mobbing Calls a Signal Transcending Species Boundaries, and they show that experience with a heterospecific mobbing signal was not necessary for birds within the passerine species, and that they were able to recognize a call from a bird of another species. And just to kind of back that up phylogenetically, chickadees are within the tit family, which is within the passerine species. And so they're able to recognize the mobbing calls of birds that fall under that category, which is most of the songbirds in the world. The last is functional hypothesis, and mine is that mobbing behavior improves fitness by recruiting other birds to defend resources and young against predators. The research article I used for this was Do Warning Calls Boost Survival of Signal Recipients? Evidence from a field experiment in a group living bird species. This study didn't focus on chickadees, it focused on jays. However, I still found it relevant because it talked about mobbing behavior and how that impacts survival. They found that warning calls, quote, almost halved the reaction time and influenced the survival of the call recipient, and concluded that warning calls potentially boost the survival of those hearing it. I just want to take a moment to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching my video, potentially reading my research essay. Here is all the work cited, including all the media, except for my personal recording of the chickadee sing song. Thanks again.